What's
So
number
the
three
third
on your
thing,
list?
which is a very big thing, the recovery rebate credit. You've seen all these credits on your last year's tax, which is on 2020 tax returns, where you must have claimed $1,200 and $600 as credit. These are for the stimulus payments paid by the IRS for the tax year 2020. If you have qualified for one in 2020, you may have received one more check for $1,400 per person in the family for 2021 tax year.
Yeah.
If not, this is the one-time opportunity for you to claim it as a credit. That will be claimed as a credit, recovery rebate credit on your income tax return, and it will be fully refunded to you.
Okay.
So a few things which you have to watch out for is just look at your US bank account and see if there is any deposit from the US government of $1,400 per person in the family. Look at your AGI. AGI, if it's less than $150,000 for married filing jointly and 75,000 for single individuals or married filing separately. Yeah, and if you have not received any check, or if you received the check and if you haven't cashed it, which means you can take that as credit now. So
that's
that will be a
interesting.
substantial credit this year. So, and then one of the requirements to claim the credit is you must have filed the tax return in 2020, or you should file a tax return in 2021 to claim this credit.
So we're talking about the third stimulus payment. You just said something really interesting now, which I think will be important to a lot of people. If you've received the $1,400 check and you haven't banked it, how do you turn that into a credit on your account then?
Well, generally the IRS has the data that it's whether the money has gone to the account or not, or if somebody has cashed the check or not.
Okay.
So if somebody has not cashed this check, then what we can do is we can report that as a credit on the income tax return and have it deposited to the account directly.
So many people have problems receiving checks abroad. They either can't bank them, or it's just a very long-winded process to get that check paid and cleared. What's great is if someone opens an account with a company like wise.com, they get like a real US bank account from abroad. But obviously we can put those bank details on their tax return, and then the IRS will pay the funds to that bank account. And then it's very easy for them to send that money anywhere in the world, right?
That's what we have seen in last year. A number of our clients have used this account, and it worked for most of them. And then the money has been deposited easily.
Yep.
So all we need is a routing number and account number of a US bank account. So that's the catch, US bank account only. And then the Wise account is really good. It works in a lot of countries, but you have to look at which country you're in or which region you're in, or if you have access to Wise account. And within Wise account, you have to look for a US bank account. So there are a few accounts in some regions which doesn't allow you to have a US bank account. So make sure you have that.
So for anyone who hasn't got the third stimulus payment of $1,400, they can claim it on their 2021 tax return. And if they have got it and they've got a check, but they haven't done anything with it because they can't, then there is a way to get that credited to their account and claim it as a refund on their tax return and get it paid to a bank account instead. And I think it's probably just important right now just to mention to anyone listening that the IRS will only send money to a US bank account.
Exactly. To your US bank account only if you file a tax return only. If you don't file a tax return, forget about the credit. So you won't get anything.
Yeah, of course. Makes sense.
Number 4 is charitable contributions. This year, or from last year, the standard deduction is high. It's about $25,000. And generally, if you pay charities, you get a deduction, but they have to be over $25,000. The collective itemized deductions have to be about $25,000 or more to get itemized deduction. So a lot of people give in charity, but they don't get any benefit. So this year, there's a small change, or from last year, there's a change that if you have made charitable contributions, and if you're on a standard deduction, so you can take an additional deduction of $300 per person if you're filing jointly, which means if you're filing jointly, you get about $600 more of deduction for charitable contributions. In addition to $25,100.
If you've maxed out your 25,100, you've got another 600 available for charitable contributions. And what if those charities, I'm assuming they've got to be US charities?
They have to be US charities, or they have to be recognized by the IRS. So we have a list of all the organizations which are qualified. It's easy for us to check. So when you file their taxes, or it is in the IRS website as well, so you can just go and check.
We'll put a link on the article with this video so people can find that list.
Exactly.
And Tambi, a quick question then about this. What if you made a cash charitable donation?
This applies to cash and non-cash as well. If you have cash charitable contributions, anything more than $500, you must have a receipt to prove the contributions.
Okay.
If not, if it's for less than 500, you can claim it out.